It's race day, guys. Welcome to episode 6 of the F1 2013 career mode series, and we're back in the green of the Caterham, and our objective today is 14th or above. It's a bit audacious, but we never know in these races. Expect the unexpected. We're P18 for this race, our best qualifying of the season so far, beating Valtteri Bottas in a very mixed qualifying with the conditions. Got too damp at the end for us to do a final run, so we could have improved our time, but oh well, we'll take 18th place anyway. Onto the setup then. As you can see, it's the same as qualifying from the last episode, and it's probably the same as last game, but I've made a slight adjustment to the wings. We're going to go up to 611, give it a bit more downforce in the corners, because the first two sectors are basically corners, and the final sector is basically a long straight. Yeah, so got just a small announcement. The last episode, which was the qualifying, it is the final one. I feel that I won't have a lot of time to render and edit it a lot, because I've obviously got career mode starting next week with FizzyFan 91, which I'm very excited about. And with me at uni as well, it's going to be very hard to get me to edit, render all my videos, so I'm only limiting a couple of series down and making some changes, so I hope you guys do understand that. But I'll probably give you a little feedback on the qualifying as well, for setup and advice as well during the races. So onto the grid. Romain Grosjean, as you saw there, got pole position, which was very good for him in his Lotus. So Vern's next to us, Bottas is behind us. We're ready to start episode 6 and race round number 3 of China. We're away here in China at the Shanghai International Circuit. Did we get a reasonable start? We do get a reasonable start. We keep Bottas, but we're going to get ambushed from the left-hand side of Bottas as they come now into turn 1, this snail section here in China. Need to keep it nice and smooth, don't want to make any contact. Going to try and go on the outside now of Sutil and Maldonado, and we've got it done. Up into 13th place we go. Next up we have Lewis Hamilton, using the rest of our curves for this part where the AI are incredibly slow, as you're going to see from there, as we've gained a lot of 4 places in one corner, because the AI on the first lap are incredibly slow in specific corners. We give space to Raikkonen, who is now back up into 8th position. Oh, back end's gone. The back end is gone. As my point has proven about the pad, it's very difficult to get absolutely right on this game. You've got to be very careful with traction around here, so let's now go through this corner. Need to be very careful not to lose the back end. So we just tapped the rest of there a bit, and he's just backed off a bit, so we can't do anything by that. We can head forward to try and hunt down Lewis Hamilton in the points-paying position, the solitary point. But here comes the train of Di Resta and Maldonado, who have got just incredible speed down the straight compared to me in the Caterham. But I can't really do anything about it. So we're going to be starting lap 2. As someone's hit there's a bit of debris there. So I don't know what's going to be happening up here in the next couple of laps. So there comes Paul Di Resta. We're going to pull to the right, give him a bit of room if he's going to try and go around the outside, which would be very impressive. And he's just pushed us off, and that's his fault as well. And we're dropping down the order into 12th place. You could have given a bit of room. But we have to continue from this. As who's that? Is that Mark Webber? Is slow. He's got no front wing, and he's missed the pit lane. Very strange. There, but we're on our way back up to 10th now. We're in the points. We're a bit off Lewis Hamilton now, who is now inheriting 9th place. Obviously the championship leader at the minute. So we've got Pasta behind us in 11th, probably one of our rivals. We're going to continue now onto this long straight now, where one of the 2 DRS zones is for the race. Remember, it won't be activated till lap number 3, so next time by we will get DRS, but We're a bit too far away to get any, as Mark Webber there slowly gets his way around the track. So we're now going to turn in. So we're going to be starting a new lap here. There's a cone just laid out there after the final corner. So at 44.5, we've pulled a second gap to Maldonado, so hopefully we can keep this gap as there's some debris there, and there's a McLaren off as well. And who's that? It's Hulkenberg, who has no wing, and he's driving like a donkey. So we've got to get past him. He's not giving any space, but he does now. So we're now up to 8th place, and there's now a 7-way horse for the lead, it seems, because they're all bunched up together. But it's good to see the AI are making some more mistakes, which is great to see. And it gives me a chance now to pull away from Pasta, who is still behind Nico Hulkenberg, who's waddling his way back to the pits. I don't know who that McLaren was. It could have been Sergio Perez, as we've already got 2 retirements from the race. So that's going to be no safety car yet. It's only just over 5.5 seconds away from Hamilton. So we're going to just use our curves now. DRS is now enabled, but we are comfortably ahead of Maldonado, but way far behind Lewis Hamilton to get anything. So we're going to keep on pushing now. Just braking after the 150 metre board. Going to brake, lose the back end a bit. Under braking, that was just due to shifting too quickly on the pad. And someone's knocked the cone again. But oh well, not my entitlement. So we sit at 43.4. We've picked a bit of time up on Nico Rosberg by half a second. So I think this change with the downforce is helping us a bit. We're just losing a bit of time in the last sector due to the straight, because obviously we have got a Renault engine, and the Caterham is about 3 to 4 miles an hour slower than some of the mid teams, and then obviously a lot from the big quick guys. So we might be struggling a bit once we get behind the likes of Hamilton, Rosberg, Alonso, who is leading the race from Romain Grosjean. Oh, back end's gone loose again. We're going to continue our merry way towards the middle sector. Still the gap, oh, going to neutral, but the gap has stayed the same. It's ahead and behind. We'll use some more curves here. Down this very long straight. See Maldonado there on his own, like myself. Back end's gone loose again, so we're going to try and catch up as Alonso set to 40.9. So he's going quickly. Time seem not too bad. So we might pit maybe lap 7. Try and get ahead of these guys when they're on the prime tyre, when they try to get their temperatures up. But the gap is still identical between Rosberg and Maldonado behind, so I think we found the right setup for the Caterham around this track, so need to remember that. If we are still at Caterham next season, we don't know yet. We might be given an opportunity by a big team. And obviously you guys will have the final say in where my driver will be next season, or maybe mid-season as well, if we get a contract to join a team mid-season, so we'll have to wait and see. But my main priority is with Caterham at the time. Try and get some points for the Constructors' Championship. Try and get ahead of Malaysia for that lucrative 10th place, which will help them a lot in terms of money as well, and possibly some more sponsorship to the team. So we're going to come around the final corner to start lap number 6.
Pit in this lap. Come into the pit to the end of this lap.
So we're 5.6 now away from Rosberg.
Maldonado's lapping a second slower than you.
So that's good. Maldonado's apparently a second slower than us, which is great.
The car behind is running on full revs. He's trying to close the gap.
There's a bit of a curves a bit.
Wear levels of your tyres, and they're heavily worn. If they continue to degrade at this rate, consider pitting.
Right, so we might have to pit now because the engineer has just told us that our tyres are now at the cliff.
3 seconds between you and the car behind.
So we might lose a bit of time here. I think the front left's probably the worst one out of the 4 tyres. Just got to be careful of the rears as well. So we're just going to drop it to 3rd gear, try and save a bit of traction. Like that, that's a lot better.
Pit in.
Oh, a bit too wide there. Maldonado's catching us up. We might have overshot these tyres too much. Come on to the straight. Here comes Pasta. He's coming back at us. But while we see any of the front runners pitting, Alonso's in the pits.
Okay, prime for your next box.
This could play a role. So we're just going to keep it in 2nd gear. As soon as we hit the curb, the back end loses it. Don't get any traction whatsoever coming out of that corner. We've got to be careful going into the pits. Don't want to do a Lewis Hamilton. As Pasta's in as well, we have ourselves a pit battle. It's Caterham versus the Williams boys. As Rosberg gets out safely ahead. As we're going to be stopping now in our pit box, and once again, you're going to see where we're at this time. We're at the back, the rear Jackman. One of the rear tyres there. Looks like a good pit stop there, 3.1. Comfortably ahead of Pasta. And our teammate is in 11th place, who hasn't made a pit stop, so he's up there in 10th place, doing a good job. So we've got a little scrap going for the lead there, it seems, about 4 to 5 cars in there. So our gap is 8.7 seconds, and Charles Peake has got past Maldonado, who I think has made a mistake because he's lost another place to a Marussia, it seems. So I think our rival with Maldonado has ended, thanks to my teammate. And no, there was no multi-21 orders in there. So we've got so much grip now in these prime tyres. We're going to be trying to catch up now with Nico Rosberg. Just going to try and now build a gap. The gap's 5 seconds to Charles. As we could just see him come around there onto the back straight. As we've got some more people in the top 4 have pitted. Seems the undercut as it worked for Rosberg. It has worked because he's ahead now of Felipe Massa. Use a bit of curves there. We're going to go straight to Rich as my teammate is in the pits. Mark Webber, who had the front wing issue, is now up to 9th place. That's a great drive from him to get him back up into the points. But he's 7.5 seconds behind us. Question is, can we catch up and try and get 7th place from Felipe? As we've gone purple in the first sector. A great first sector from us. Just go a bit too wide to get a bit of marbles on our tyres.
looking okay, but we'll keep an eye on it.
Oh, back end's gone again. So we're losing 4 attempts in the middle sector there to Felipe, but obviously we made the mistake coming on in that double left-hander. So we only lost a tenth to Mark Webber in the middle sector, so don't have to worry about him yet. But our fuel is okay, so we're just going to drop it down to standard for a bit. Just going to turn in a bit. As Vettel sets a 40.2, he is on a roll. He was in second place, I think. So what's our time going to be? 41.8, very good time that. Mark Webber's has just gained 3 attempts in that last sector, but obviously it's straights. So with Massa and all of them holding up, as we've got another retirement, and there's 19 runners remaining. It's all been chaotic. Very nice middle sector that was for us. 4 attempts gain as we once again go to neutral and we cut a bit of the corner. And we've gained 6 attempts on Webber in the middle sector. We did a very good time there. Middle sector there. Just come off there. Don't want to go on the grass. Don't want to be a Ken Block. So there's a nice little train going on there, so we could try and catch up if we can. It's going to be a hell of a task if we can. As Vettel sets a 40.1. So what's our time? 41.5, so we're improving. Only a second, nearly a second, just over a second off the pace. Which is very good, I must say, as we've only got 5 laps remaining. Webber has got past Jenson Button, so I think Webber's pitted again. So still in optimal fuel. 8.5 seconds is the gap to Felipe, and the gap for us to Jenson is 10.3, so I don't think we need to worry about Jenson, I think, unless we have a puncture or our tyres amazingly go off and we struggle. So we start the onto the straight again one more time. Another time. This will be our, I think it's going to be our best finish of the season. This will be. So we're moving up. Got to get 4 points for our troubles, and it'll be crucial for Caterham. As Hamilton now sets a 40 flat, and we have just set a 41.2, so we've improved. This is great, Caterham. This car feels great for race pace today. 3 temps down on our first sector time. Massa's gained a lot of time. So we've got a few more people in the pits, making their pit stops. So 4 laps to go, well 3 and a bit laps to go here. Use some of our curves now. Jensen Button's on his own as well. So it looks like we're going to get some points today. At this point, just going to check our tyres. Yeah, they seem okay. As Hamilton's now finally into the 39s. He's on a roll now. If he's going to try and catch up. So the gap now is 10 seconds, but I think the Caterham does wear its tyres down a lot more than some of the top teams, as Webber has set the fastest lap of 39.8. So he's obviously got a fresh set of options on if he's doing that time. Could be wrong, he could be on primes. So Button's gaining slowly on us. I think he was about 3 temps off us there, or quicker than us in that sector, but we've only nearly got 2 laps to go here. We're going to come down towards this hairpin, braking it after the 150 metre board. Quickly shifting it down to first gear, and then to second to save a bit of traction. There we go, that seems good. Oh, we hit the cone, as the cone has gone flying into the wall.
Looks like this is going to be your finish.
There'll be 2 laps to go, 11 seconds now to Massa, so we won't be able to catch him up. So the gap to Jensen. Jensen's made a mistake because he's now nowhere to be seen. Where is he? Oh, he's there, but the timing screen didn't come up for him, so that's a bit confusing for me because I don't know how many seconds he's behind. 8.2. Seems our front right's getting the most damage from this track because that's wearing the most out of the fronts and the backs. Yep, this is the sign that the tyres are going a bit. We've lost a second in that middle sector. We need to figure out a setup that will be good for race pace to save some tyres, because as you can clearly see, the front left looks a bit dead. So I think probably for the next race, which is Bahrain, we need to work out on a good setup and a setup that will be ideal to save some tyre wear, really specifically for when we will be pitting, because we've lost so much time to Massa. We were keeping up with him at one point, and now he's gone into the distance and Jensen's catching us up, so that's going to be my main objective for the next race. As we're on to the final lap now of this race in China. This will be a great performance for the team to get 4 points in the bag. And that front left looks very red. Indeed, it looks like a peach. Just going to go wide and into the marbles. That's not what I want. There's a real dogfight for the lead going on there, it seems. So whoever's in second place has got a massive advantage. We've got the fuel light on. Just going to drop it to lean a bit for this the quick sector. And again, marbles on the tyres. Looks like there's been an overtake for the lead. Or is that for second place? I'm not entirely sure. So we're coming into the final sector now for the final time. Who has won the race? I do not know. It's either going to be Alonso or Vettel, I think. We're about to find out. It's Fernando Alonso takes the victory at China. As we're really going to be coasting now. As we've got a comfortable gap to Jenson Button and we're too far away from Felipe Massa. As we come towards the final two corners of this track to end the Chinese Grand Prix. Just around the rev there. Check our tyres. Yep, that front left is definitely gone. But we've only got one corner to go. And we get it nicely done. And it's a great 8th place for the team. 4 points. Great performance there for Caterham. And that, my friends, is the Chinese Grand Prix. A great performance. Beat our objective. And Charles Pic finishing 18th. His best finish of the season as well. Great overall performance there for the team. So, indeed, it was Alonso taking the victory by only 0.6 of a second to Sebastian Vettel, with Hamilton in 3rd place, with Raikkonen in 4th, Romain Grosjean 5th, Nico in Rosberg in 6th, Felipe Massa 7th, myself in 8th, Jenson Button in 9th, and Mark Webber, considering he had a broken wing on the first couple of laps, he pulled his way back up to 10th place. A great job for him to finish in the points. The Drivers' Championship then, Alonso has taken the lead by 3 points from Lewis Hamilton, with Sebastian Vettel now in 3rd place. Kimi Raikkonen is in 4th with 31 points. Felipe Massa, with his great performance there, gets up to 5th. Nico Rosberg in 6th. Romain Grosjean in 7th. Mark Webber in 8th. Sergio Perez, a bit of a disappointing performance there for him. And us in 10th place, equaling points with Perez. So it's really theoretically 9th place for us, which is great for us. And only 48 points off the leaders there. So it's pretty not bad considering we've done 3 races there. Alright, Constructors' Championship. Quickly, Caterham were up to 6th place, only 10 points, but with 74 points off Ferrari, who are not comfortably leading by 5 points. Next time by, we're in Bahrain here, so I shall see you then, guys. And always, if we hit 40 likes, the next episode will be out, which will be the race in Bahrain. But until then, guys, we have in the world. Have a great day, and I shall see you in Bahrain. Take care.